national championship game. Let me tell you, it's a beautiful day in America. Great ceremony. It is gonna be a good 4 years. Now it's Miller time. But anyways, gotta get going before kickoff because I got to cheer for Ohio State against Notre Dame. You know what? I've been milking their status for way too long. Go Big Ten. What's going on? Sandwich, how you doing today? Shit. Alright, I'm looking for something. I can't find my cleaver. Let's see, sometimes the big boy gets to come out. Oh, I appreciate it. You know, just gotta get some meal prep going before the game starts. So, worst case scenario, I pause it and I can always restart it. Yep. Alright. Let's rinse out any dust that may have accumulated. And let's go ahead and get that. I guess we'll do some chopping before we get. Oh, yeah. Well, I got a big hunk of beef cheek meat. It should be thawed out. I saw it in the freezer section and it looked good. So here we are. So let's go ahead. And you could cook it as is, but it would take forever. We're just doing meal prep, so I'm gonna probably turn this into some sort of, I guess, taco meat, some sort of braise anyways. Beef cheek, if I get to it, there's some spare ribs or short ribs, whatever you want to call them. And then some quick chicken thighs. They'll be quick, they'll be baked, I mean. So that'll be good. Yeah, this worked just fine for the. Now you could cook them in big chunks, but then they'll just take forever to cook. So all the connective tissue, I mean, we can get rid of any of the excess fat here. I mean, the cheek is a pretty, yeah, maybe. I mean, the cheek is a pretty fatty cut. First time doing this, so we'll see how it turns out. Definitely a lot of connective tissue that's going to have to break down here, but, or fat. I think that's just fat. But we'll trim the excess off here. I'll do something with those scraps later, maybe make a stock or whatever. Yes, cheek as in the face, not as in the ass. I think the ass cheek has a different name, different cut of meat. Oh shit. got that going. Let's go ahead and get this going here. Meanwhile, let's just season this real quick. It doesn't matter. We're going to brown it up and we're going to braise it and cook it for the next 3 hours. So I'm not going to be stressed. The moisture will be fine. So plenty of salt in there. Let's give it some chili powder. Plenty of that. You know what? We'll cook it in garlic in, so it'll be good. More or less, I'm debating on how I want to season it, if I want to. You know, it's going to boil off. It'll be fine, you know. Something when it, you know, cooks over like 5 hours, we'll be fine. Be hot enough to kill any bacteria, you know. Unless it's that geyser bullshit bacteria. When you bring it up to 200 degrees, you know what? It's about that when it's simmering. They'll kill all the bacteria. It'll be fine. So, black pepper. I'll do a little black pepper, but honestly, I'm just browning the meat right now, so I don't really need to season it too much because it'll cook while, it'll season while it cooks. I'll be fine. Got some tongs ready to go. Let's see. The meat's fine. It doesn't need to be washed. More or less, Ryan. More or less. So if we're going to go Mexican, we'll give it a little bit of cumin. Paprika. Oregano. Yeah, well, I already started seasoning. I wash it next time, you know. Just use your imagination, all right? Stovetop. I'm gonna put a lid on it, put it on low, cook it while Ohio State beats up on Notre Dame, and should be ready for nachos or tacos about the time that the game's over. These pieces are broken down a little bit, so it shouldn't take too long. One day I'll get a slow cooker, but you know, slow cooker is on top here. Oh man. Onion. Yeah, you know, it's gonna be fine. I might need 2 onions for this, actually. No, I know what I got. Jalapenos, okay. Alright, let's hit it up with some oil in there. amount. Give it a temp check. Feels fine. Oh, got a good sizzle on that. I'll save this fat for later. I don't know what I'm going to use with it, but I'm not going to waste it. At very minimum, I'll make good dog treats. Alright, change cutting board out. Roll that around. No, I actually am in my kitchen. I'm not in my living room today, Florida girl. Welcome back. Yeah, I probably do, but you know, this ain't gonna hurt anything. It'll be alright. I got a towel, I got kitchen rags. Just gotta remember what has touched what. Yeah, well, notice I changed out the cutting board, so we're good now. Close. We got tomato paste. We got Miller Lite. You know, Chipotle chilies, I don't have that. But I got these guys. My hands are fine, you know. My sink's right over there. You missed it. I washed them. They're fine. Pour all those burn. Let's go in there. Needs a little bit more oil. That's fine. You can turn the heat down a little bit too now. Need something to deglaze the pan a little bit. Don't be afraid to use the tools. And those go. Come back up to temperature here shortly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, yeah, I mean, everything will be neutralized while you cook it for like 4 hours, so that'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, we are the only animals in the world that cook our food. Just saying. At the end of the day, we are animals. You know what? Trial error. Italy, Japan, the fire station, all over the place, you know? Garlic. Actually, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to peel all that. My mom can't cook for shit. Oh man, are you talking about my mama Florida girl? Because it kind of sounds like that. Yeah, well, it's the truth. I mean, apparently I'll be getting a fork out. Oh well, that worked. Alright. Set some garlic powder in there. Sure, why not? Could you just use real garlic, but I don't want to peel it. Beef can go back in. Let that come back up to temperature. Yeah, I do have it. Not yet, but it's going to be tender in about 3 hours or so. Excuse me. I almost licked the spoon. I was gonna, but I refrained because apparently that upsets some of you. Okay, so we got that going. Let's think about what we're going to use for a braising liquid. Oh, it's almost like you already know what it's going to be. Oh yeah, I caught myself though. Let's go Miller Lite in there. Alright. Got some chicken stock that we're also going to put in there, or chicken broth. And that should be plenty. We'll let it come up to a simmer, then we'll cover it and leave it be unmolested. it's gonna break down lovely. Needs a little bit more garlic though. And a little bit of cumin, you know. Tell you right now, it's gonna be some good taco meat. Where'd that oregano go? And some more oregano won't hurt it. Go put a lid on that until it starts to boil. Meanwhile, let's prep the next thing here. Got a tray. Actually, we're not going to use a tray. Bigger than we need, but it's gonna work. Okay, dirty chicken. We are going to or I'll dip a little spoon in there and taste it in a second here. But I'm going to wash the chicken before I cook the chicken, because it's chicken and not beef. Please put lemon and wash the chicken. The chicken was washed, all right? Now the chicken's being pat dried. Being very careful of what I touch. And I want that pan dried as well. Now, because I don't know what those factory people do to chicken thighs. All right, you hear the sink running? Jesus, you people are crazy. Okay, so on here, we're going to do real simple, all right? Skin side is going to be just the same as the downside. You got salt. This is meal prep chicken, so I'm looking for something that tastes good, that is going to... yes, I concur, Najee. You want dry skin. But just very simple seasoning, salt, garlic powder, black pepper if I can find where I put mine. Otherwise, I'll use chili powder. It's pretty much the same thing, anyways. But that way, it'll be pretty versatile, and you can use it in any meal prep you want. Garlic powder, salt. A little bit of chili powder won't hurt it. Now, feel free to tell me I'm not seasoning the chicken. Guess what? I'm meal prepping so I can use it as leftovers in different dishes so I don't have a bunch of bullshit flavors that I gotta get rid of later, you know? Alright. No, God, no. But this is the 45 minutes here. Pop it in there. They'll be done. They'll be nicely seasoned. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, and that's it. You can eat it as is. And it's got enough seasoning because that skin fat will render out and get nice and crispy and it'll be good. Or you can cut it up and put it in sandwiches or whatever. Alright, need a spoon. Alright. So I got a good boil going on here. Or a good simmer, you know. And that's about what I want. Give it a stir around and give it a taste. Now remember, you can always add more seasoning to your mix here. The earlier you put them in, the less you need. But it's very hard to take stuff out if you put in too much. So ooh. It's gonna be good. Put the lid down. Turn the heat down. I'll check on it a couple times. That being said, my game started, so I will be back in probably after the game to show you what happened with it. Didn't quite get to the short ribs, but life's good. So I'll see y'all later. Florida Girl, Neje, Sandwich, always good to see you. Ryan, you know, thanks for yelling at me about washing my hands. You know, that's always a good idea. You know, apparently I'm messy. You know. Oh yeah, potatoes can take a beating. You can dump a salt mine on them, and the potatoes are gonna be fine. And like if you screw up and you put too much salt and stuff, that's one way you can kind of get some of the salt off, is just quickly cut up a potato, throw it in there, and then scoop the potato out, or just leave it in, and now you got seasoned potatoes or whatever. But potatoes will soak up a lot of salt. That's like an emergency procedure, though. I mean, you don't want to have to do that, but if you need to do it, you can. All right. Ciao, ciao. Football time.